1 week away, and it's time to say some more stuff about my new book, eapublishingmethodbook.com. And I have so much to say, and my goal is to keep it under 15 minutes. But are you showing up for you? This could be a whole other episode, and it probably will be, but I'm just very excited because I feel more now than ever with this little gem, hardcover limited edition. You gotta, I, I can't even show you, but you gotta see what it's really about because it's not even that. And it got me thinking about, I've always told all of our author clients that who you become in the process, the journey you take that to get that thing in real life hands with paper, you know, it this was an idea, and then you have to like take that idea, break it down, refine it, and do all the steps in the process. So I'm excited to have the Kindle ebook coming out next week, and I looked over because I literally have dozens and dozens and dozens of books on the desk right over here next to the studio monitors for the show here. And I was going to make some ebook cracks because there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, I've done an ebook. Okay, great. Well, get the thing printed. And I really, really, if there's any psychologist, Dr. Shannon Curry, who would like to come on the show and discuss like what holds people back. I looked over, okay, focus. I've noticed things, and it's easy to joke around. I would never intentionally put someone down if that's where you're at and you go, I've done an ebook. It takes a good amount of energy, but wholeheartedly, why would you just stop there? It takes hardly anything to go click, click, and get it turned into this little gem. Don't ever get glossy covers. Just don't. For this reason alone. But I found this or saw it. It was in the pile. This is my original made in Charleston, South Carolina, March 25th, 2014. There's obviously a proof. I don't know if you can see that, but right down here, it says March 24th, 25th, 2014. And it's just making me smile because my recollection of this whole process is vastly different than apparently what happened, but I really would love to know where the, apparently this was 53 pages. But it's not an ebook. It's a real book. I mean, arguably, I got stacks of paper that are taller than this. So here's my point. Here's where you start. That's cute. I mean, I could tear that thing apart. Now this one is from 2015. Look at that. No reflection gloss. Notice that on the cover. Huge tip. Seriously. If you can't tell, this one's thicker. This was the first one. 53 pages. Now this looks like a real book. I don't even remember writing a 50. I thought it was 70 or 80. And I think I did this one just to beef it up because I actually knew what I was doing at that point. This was for the relaunch. This might have the, let me check. This might have the live stream. I added some stuff on live streaming at that point. And then there's a 2018 edition. Is floating around here somewhere. But even just on a bookshelf, I mean, one of these looks like it's going to eat the other. And it would for lunch. But compared to here, this one's really cute though. I remember this. And like if you only leave it in the computer. So back to the whole psychology thing. I didn't print it. I didn't print it the same week. It was a little bit later. And arguably, this may have been. I didn't print it at first. I kept it in the computer. And I did not go, okay, it wasn't like super strategic. It was my first book. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. And I don't know if I was afraid of like putting it out there. But I'm so glad this exists. There's proof that this thing's like 8 years old. And the book came out 10 years ago. 10 freaking years ago. It's crazy. So I've been compiling this like why you should do it, because you should, and do it right. Do it like and then like I mean, this is a whole other level. And this is what I talk about in the book. Like how to do it, like, you know, the way we've been doing it for some time now. I mean, if you want to do a tchotchke version like this, it's still not bad. But I consider this more like a pamphlet. And then I've seen people where they print it and it's the smaller version, and I'm like, wow, I've seen like mailer things in the mail come that are bigger. I should actually save some of those to illustrate the point. You have to remember that the information may be the same, but which one of these would you... From this angle, you can't really tell. From this angle... I mean, if you could feel this right now, you could just tell by the weight of it. It's like... So, I'm supposed to be talking about a little bit from all the chapters, but I guess not. My point is, if you're going to do a book, do it right, but why keep it just digital? But I'm also excited because I was just looking at the ebook, Kindle, whatever, just before I did this, and I'm like, this looks really sharp. Even if that was the only version I did, which it's not, okay, which it's not, I got 5 versions of this. We got ebook, softcover, hardcover, limited edition hardcover. That's the one you should get. It's this one. And audiobook. And I'm doing something kind of fun with it. So I'm launching the ebook next week. And that's exciting. And I gotta say, let me just pull it up. Do I have it over here? Where is it? I may have turned it off. I think I turned it off because I'm trying to focus here. Great job. I'm super excited about it. It is the darn best looking ebook I've seen in a while, and it's definitely of mine. And the other ones weren't bad. They served the purpose. And so there's this thing, it's like, what are you going for? Everyone goes, should I do a book? Should I not do a book? Absolutely. But what's the intent? How long should it be? What kind of page? I will tell you, this arguably pamphlet, oh, look at that. Got the camera lined up. So we got A. Don't move. It's like sniping. They'll see you. So you can tell this one's thicker, and I wish I had a third hand. I'm learning to be left-handed. I have no regrets or qualms about that one whatsoever. I'm more excited than ever. These two, however, I can't tell you how many people said, I loved your book, this one. I got through it, and they got through it so quick, they implemented it. And now you got like 50-some pages compared to nearly 200, and this one's closer to 112. So maybe that's why I've seen people, I mean, I still, if someone handed me a book that was 31 pages, I know what goes into it, so I don't like making fun of it, but I've written longer notes. So this whole thing, like, are you a bestseller? Are you not a bestseller? Are you best written? Are you not best written? Like, I did a book. It's an ebook. I can't tell you how many people said, oh, I've done a book too. You can get it. It's not even a Kindle. It's like So if you're not even going to be on the distribution sites, then it's nothing more than a PDF, like to most people. And most people won't differentiate. Like maybe you actually did pay a formatter, but for 31 pages of text, how many chapters could there be? If you want 8 or 12 pages per chapter, how many chapters could there possibly be? How much work is there that it needs to be formatted? Like I have downloads, and I've seen downloads that are 12 to 18 pages. That's like half the book. So I guess what I'm saying is if you're going to do it right. But if you have intention behind doing it in a different version, like a first version, pretty much did it on my own with some consulting help and training, but really had no clue, then do it. Figure out what you didn't like and then make a second edition and a third edition and wherever that one's at. I should probably have it closer. But my point is start with what you want to do. But you know what? It doesn't mean you can't start here. Very, very excited about this one. This one's a beast. And I really wish I could show you what's under the cover. But I'm not going to. You have to get it. I'm going to look just one more time. Yeah, you wish you could see it. It's hot. I'm telling you. I literally analyzed like probably over 100 books. How many are sitting here? Dozens and dozens and dozens. There's got to be at least 70 or 80, 20 a pile, multiple piles, and somewhere on bookshelf. Like I was looking at New York Times bestsellers, well-known authors, all of them, and I was like, how do I make this better for you? And I pulled out all the stops. So I'm not going to ruin the surprise with this, but there hasn't been anyone that has invested in it, got it, and wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. So I might reveal it down the road, but as far as now, it's like, if you want to go for it, go for it. But just realize at every level, there's levels, and you get to choose where you want to play. And I'm excited to help you play at the highest level and release new training and assist along the way if you want to play at one of the lower ones, because that's where you're at right now. I want to be able to support you, and I already can. I just never released it. It's stuff I've been using. So I've been doing all this behind the scenes with one-on-one clients, group clients, consulting, all kinds of stuff. I've just always kept it internal, and I know my process is awesome. And there's other publishers that have come to me and are like, what are you doing? And maybe that's why I was just trying to keep it more secretive. But I put some of it in the book, and I'm also releasing more of it. And it's exciting to me because it shifted from just being the best to being the best at a high level, reaching 10,000 plus businesses. And it you can't do that if no one knows about it, and you don't tell people about it, and you keep it all a secret. So eapublishingmethodbook.com, check it out. I'll see you on the next one.